This video covers my favorite methods for cleaning and filtering water from 20,000 miles of ultralight hiking experience. You'll learn the best water filtering methods, including why I don't filter most water sources, when filters are the best cleaning method, when chemicals are the best cleaning method, and how much water to carry from source to source. Most of the time when I'm up in the mountains, I don't filter or clean water at all. It's coming right out of the snow or a glacier. I'm not worried about it. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've never once been sick. Always check the water source. Make sure you can see up above it the direct source of it. And I've never had a problem with that, but it's always going to be your call on if you want to do this or not. Now, if I'm down near the coast, I don't know where this water came from. It came from potentially 50, 100 miles away, somewhere up in the mountains, but I don't know if it got contaminated on the way down here, so I'm always going to clean it. If I'm in the desert, exact same thing. Unless I'm drinking from a direct spring where I can see the source of the spring, I'm always going to clean the water there. You don't want to get sick. I've never been sick. If I'm on the verge of being like, is this iffy or not, I'll just go with my gut instinct and clean the water. So just over time, you have to go with what you think is right for the specific situation and trust yourself out here, because there's nobody that's going to look over your back and tell you what to do. So now let's talk about water filtration and cleaning water. So there's a few different options to think about, and there's pros and cons to each. So let's first go through the chemical options. Number one option you have is called Aquamira. This is a 3-part solution. So before you want to clean water, you mix these 2 parts together and you let it sit for 10 minutes. And then after you let it sit for 10 minutes, you just use the directions to fill directly into any water that you think might be contaminated. And then you have to wait another 20 to 30 minutes. So this is a very slow solution because you have to first pre-mix it and wait, and then you have to wait for it to clean the water. The second chemical option, which I find myself using the most, is bleach. And I just have these little dropper bottles. So you can just drop it out and count them easily. For every liter of water, you need 3.5 drops of bleach. So if I have a liter of water, I'll do 4 drops. If I have to go with 2 liters of water, which is what I use for my big containers, then I'll just use 7 drops. So I like bleach a lot. Now, you are drinking the chemical, so you can decide the pros and cons of that, but you don't have to wait as long as for the Aquamira. Bleach, you're supposed to wait 10 to 15 minutes after you put it in the bottle and shake it up, so it's a little bit shorter than waiting those 2 lengths. It's also a lot smaller, it's easy to carry a lot more. You need a lot more volume of the Aquamira. The third option is to use a Sawyer mini squeeze filter, or the Sawyer squeeze filter. I would not recommend using the mini one. Use the full size one if you're going to use it. And these will screw right on any regular cap. So I have these Evernew hiking bags. I'll leave a link for all this below. I also have a full backpacking checklist with all this stuff in it. And what's nice about these is they carry 2 liters of water, but they fold down really small in your pack when you're not using them. And then you can just squeeze this right on here. And then I like to have an extra bottle. And I like these body armor bottles because they have a big hole in the top. It's not small like a regular cap. And then you just take this and then you squeeze it right into the bottle. So the downsides of this, 2 of them. If you're hiking in the desert or anywhere there's a lot of silt in the water or sand in the water, it's just filthy. These will get clogged up and you can backwash them and clean them, but over time they just go slower and slower and slower. So if I'm out hiking in the desert, I'm always using the bleach drops just because there's not a failure mode of something like this. The other downside of the Sawyer is it just takes a lot of squeezing to get a whole liter of clean water, so it's just a pain. So when I'm out hiking, I want to spend the most time just cranking in miles and doing photography. That's why I choose bleach, because there's not all these other factors I have to deal with. I'm just always carrying this dropper with me. And this small little dropper will cover like 15 days, no problem, drinking 4 or 5 liters of water a day. So you can choose whatever method you prefer. I've tested all these, and that's what I prefer, but it's all up to you, whatever the pros or cons are for each. So the next thing you'll notice is I have my backpack with me. I like to set up camp first so I don't have anything in my backpack, and then on every trip, I'm carrying 5 liters carrying capacity of water. So I'm carrying 2 of these Evernews. If I take this Sawyer off of here, these just screw down and they hold water really well. They're really tough. I've used this one for 5 years and it's still going strong. So when I'm gonna set up camp at night, I don't want to come back over here again and again and refill water when I need it. I'm just carrying 5 liters of water up to camp, and that'll last me all through the night, through mid-morning, so I can really hydrate up before hitting the trail. So it's nice to have a lot of water so you're not coming back and forth and you can just clean it all one time. Now, I don't use these when I'm hiking during the day, unless I'm in the desert where I have a long carry between water sources. If I'm somewhere up in the mountains where there's a lot of water, or on the coast where there's a lot of water, I'll just fill up this anytime I'm near water, and then I'll chug a few of these to fill my stomach up as much as possible, and then I'll just refill this, and it will last me 4 or 5 hours while hiking on the trail. But if you're in an area where you don't know about water sources, and you don't want to carry a lot of water, just always fill up till your stomach's full at the source, and then look on the map and try to determine how far it is to the next source, and then how much water you'll need. It's all going to differ person by person, how much you sweat, how fast you're hiking, how hot it is out, and there's a lot of other things that can go into it like that. So I'll fill all these up, clean them with bleach, and then I'll keep them at my camp, and then they'll be ready in 10 minutes, and I'm good to go. The last thing I want to cover, any of those water filters where you have to pump it, just get rid of them. Don't use them. They're really heavy. The filters fail, and they have a lot of failure modes, meaning they can break really easily, and if one little part breaks, your entire water system's out. That's why it's always good, even if you're going to use the Sawyer squeeze, to carry a dropper of bleach, because it's never going to fail you. There's no failure mode on this bleach system unless your cap comes off. Just make sure to screw it on tight. And then if you want to use this and just go back and forth between these as you want to use them, you can do that too. But I just carry this one. That's just my own personal preference. So some good tips on water. I'm going to put these back into my backpack since there's nothing in it now. I'll carry it back to camp. And then I have water for 24 hours. If I'm going to stay at a long camp or a short camp, I can just chug it before I hit the trail the next day.